All right, Dr. Gary coming in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What is up, Dr. Gary? Thanks for chiming in. I don't really get to see, I know there's a lot of participants on right now. I don't really get to see you unless you jump in that chat. So I would love to know who you are. Tell me who you are, where you're at, and we will start in 1 minute and 26 seconds. All right, guys, 1 more minute till we get started. There are people piling in, so that is exciting. As you come in, as new people come in, maybe you haven't heard me yet, but drop your name in there, drop where you're at in the country, and we're getting started in exactly 45 seconds. All right. You know what that means. It is time to get started. What's really funny about these trainings, whenever we do these trainings, you've got two groups of people. You've got the people who show up 4 or 5 minutes beforehand and end up sitting through all the, funny business that I'm doing before these to let you guys know that, yes, we are starting. And then you have the people that are going to be showing up over the next 5 minutes because they're the fashionably late crowd. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll try and delay just a little bit at the beginning, but for those of you who came early, let's go ahead and start going. First of all, today we're here because we are telling you what is new about neuropathy, how to get neuropathy cases, and specifically, I use a couple of very important words, phrases that I'm sure you're very curious about. One is a pre-qualified, the other is able to pay. And yes, this quote down here, I doubled my neuropathy services in 2.5 months doing this. And that was $50,000 in cash services, neuropathy service. So we're going to go through that. All right. So let's go ahead and whoops, didn't mean to push that. Go ahead and get started. Thank you for coming. Again, our focus today is, I need to move the chat real quick. Sorry, guys. It's going to be hard for me to see what's coming without that. All right. Our focus today is we really want to obviously find more people who struggle with neuropathy, are interested, want to actually have a conversation with somebody, okay, and demonstrate the ability / willingness to pay. All right. Once we've done that, if we can actually accomplish that one goal, our goal after that is just to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it goes on and on. Obviously, if we find something that works, we want to do it right. And if we do this right, okay, here's what's in store for your practice. Obviously, that means if you could get people who are willing to have a conversation, they have the ability to pay, all that stuff, you're going to grow, you're going to make more money. And that is cool. I mean, that's obviously very cool. Okay. But it's also very cool that all of the people that are out there that need help, that are tired of the pharmaceutical solutions to these problems, or, I mean, you guys know it can sometimes even become invasive. Those people are going to find new solutions to their problems. That means they'll have better lives, and it won't just be a few people. Okay. If we do this right, it'll be a lot of people. That's why we are actually here. That's why we're really here. So before we get started, I want everybody to have a win here today. Okay. And I think a win for everybody is defined in a different way. It depends on where you're at today. Okay. But something that we can all do to do better for ourselves is start here. We can, if you want to win big today, engage. Okay. Engage with me. If you're passively listening to this while driving, Don't engage with me while you're driving. Just listen, and that's fine. But honestly, if you want to get the most out of this, I've already got a couple people chiming in on chat. I love it. Let's use the chat instead of the Q&A, please. Grab the chat. Let me know your name, where you're at. We've got a couple of people already jumping in. If you are, if you haven't done that yet, please let me know who you are and where you're at. All right. Are you guys ready to go? This is where we're going to test out this chat. Are you guys ready to go? Are you excited to get started? Hi, Sam. Donnie, you're in my presentation today, buddy. Greetings from Euless. I don't know exactly where that is. Let's go. Let's do it. Awesome. That is really exciting. Okay. First and foremost, my name is Sam Carlson. Some of you know me. Obviously, we've got a couple of our clients on here, so they obviously know me, but some of you don't. Okay. And so I wanted to introduce myself. This is myself and my lovely wife and our 4 beautiful children. I have been an entrepreneur my entire life. I don't know if it's a claim to fame, but I've never really had a job that I would call a job. Okay. I've always been an entrepreneur. That's the way I was born. And that's the only thing. I'm basically unemployable unless it's myself. I will hire myself. Okay. I've got 7 years of marketing to new patients. That's what you are here for. You're here to learn how to do this effectively. I've presented at events like Dr. Chad Woolner's. I've presented at this event like the Ultimate Achievers Club. I got the bald eagle behind me, Patrick Gentempo. I don't know why I blanked, but Patrick Gentempo back there. I had a top-rated podcast called the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. I did that podcast for a couple years. It rose to the ranks of like the 3rd most downloaded podcast in Facebook ads. And I did that for a long time. And I stopped doing that about 2 years ago. And I think today you're going to see why. Okay. Also, I authored this book. I mean, honestly, I never really set out to do a book, but having done this again for so long, working with so many different clinics, I picked up a thing or two. And so I put that all in writing, the protocols, the scripts, the how-tos, the whatever you want to know, the tactical approach to getting success with converting leads into patients. I put it in a book and it is published. I guess that's fancy. And last but certainly not least, my background in helping doctors like you get the results that you're looking for, the reason why you're here today is, it's been a 7-year journey. And over the course of that 7 years, we had this incredible thing happen to us, which was a published case study by Facebook. Okay. And we're the only agency in this chronic pain space that I'm aware of. I don't Google it all the time. That has a published case study. You're going to hear more about that. So I'm not going to delve into that right now. So here's today's agenda. This is what we're going to do, just so you know the outline and what to expect. In our small amount of time together today, my goal is to make a big impact in the following ways. 1, show you a proven formula to get qualified neuropathy patients where others don't live up to the hype or flat out fail. Meaning when people overpromise and underdeliver, that happens all the time. Okay. Or there's a lot of time where people make big outsized promises and flat out fail. We are not going to do that. We're going to show you the formula against that. We're going to provide a level of clarity that you haven't had before. Okay. Because most of what you see here and what you see, what you see or hear out there creates a ton of confusion. Everybody says, well, now it's this and now it's that. And whatever it is, it's a sales pitch and it's not designed to actually convey proven methods that actually produce a result. Okay. And then the third thing is if we do this right, we're going to unlock immediate growth potential by focusing on what we can prove is working now. Okay. Here's all I ask of you. Okay. And I said this once before, participation. I'm here to share what I've discovered with the end goal of you being able to go back to your practice and not just improve it, but change it forever. I honestly feel like the information and what you're going to learn will give you so many epiphanies and change your paradigm in a way to where you will never have to be confused again about your next move if you're looking to grow your practice. Okay, number 2 is implementation. Nothing pains me more, honestly, I've been doing this long enough to where I talk with people years down the road and find that they are still clinging on to the same things that didn't work before. All right. So implement. That's all. If I'm going to share, please, please, please participate and then commit to implement. Are you guys ready to go? Let's go ahead and test our participation right now. Grab the chat. Let me know if you're ready to go. I'm going to grab a quick drink. All right. Yes, let's do it. Okay. Very good. I appreciate the initial participation, guys. Appreciate it. All right. I want to go back for just a minute and tell you guys where I started. This is foundational to why I'm here today and why I have, I'm not going to say this success, but why I've learned what I've learned today. Okay. So back in 2015, I didn't know much about chiropractic. I didn't know much about integrated medicine. I didn't know much about it. Okay. I was a regular person owning my business. And this Dr. Sanji Gill found me. Okay. That's a long story, but found me. And he said, hey, I'm working with a bunch of clinics and we teach them incredible stuff. And I'm wondering if you would come and work with me. Okay. And that's what we did. We would help docs get some awesome results. We'd go in, excuse me. We would help them improve their actual profit margins. Okay. We could go in and say, hey, you're getting this much on your average case value. Let's do a couple of tweaks and we'll fix that. Okay. More profit to the business means growth. Okay. We would systemize all of their operations. A lot of people, we talk about systems. If you've read the E-Myth, it's all systems, but it's such a vague general concept that it's hard to implement. And so we were able to do that. We were famed for having one-page protocols. Okay. So meaning if you had a system that was too complicated, it wasn't going to work. Okay. So everything we did was a one-page protocol, and that's because easy works. And then we would help docs and their staff learn how to properly educate and enroll patients. Okay. You can't just educate. I mean, you can't just tell people why they should, undertake care for whatever reason. Okay. And then enrolling patients is an entire, people call it closing. I like enrolling, right? And then we would do the combo. Most of what we did was cash plus in services. And of course, when all of that was installed, add new services. Okay. And we rocked it. We were amazing at it. We could go in and create some amazing results, but it was really funny. Sonny and I would get on the ferry over in Seattle and we would travel over to the opposite side, and in transit, he would talk to me. And this recurring theme came about where he'd always say things like, man, if we could just help these docs get more new patients, that would change everything. He would say that to me almost every single day. So much to the point to where it became this reticular activator, and I went on a mission. That became my mission. My mission would, before too long, after working with him enough time to learn the business and see what was happening, my mission became learning how to master the art of new patient marketing. Okay. Now, for 3 years, I slogged. Okay. I wish I learned faster. I know there's a lot of people out there that learn a lot faster than I do, but I learned at my pace, and I did the cycle that I do. I did the learn, failed, figured it out. And the good thing about, I don't know if you say good thing, but I would say that probably a virtue that I do possess is I have a hard time giving up. Okay. And so even though it was hard, I kept climbing, and because I never stopped learning, because I just did not give up. In 2018, so 3 years after I started, something absolutely incredible happened. Okay. And we talked about this a little bit, but here is this is, again, this is the foundation of everything that you are here to learn today. Okay. When Facebook reached out to us, they wanted to basically publish our strategy. They want to say, this is the right way to advertise for a local chiropractor. Okay. And this was an integrated clinic. And we were just blown away. One, because we became the only agency with published results by Facebook. That's crazy. Right. And then of course, this particular case, that was a brand new practice that went from like opening. I'm talking about brand new opening, putting in like painting walls, all that stuff. It went from $0 to $80,000 a month in collections in just 3.5 months. It was absolutely, so this moment changed everything for me. Okay. And it didn't change everything for me in a way where it's like, hey, we got a whole bunch of new clients because they were somehow finding this awesome case. Honestly, most people didn't care about it. But what we learned from it changed everything. Why? All of the results, all of the data, and what actually made the money, that information is normally unavailable because it's information owned by Facebook, meaning all the results that they published, the visits, the conversion, all that stuff, we didn't give them any of that information. They had it all. They tracked it. They had everything, okay? So normally you can't get that information. That is unless it's your case study. Then when it's your case study, the data can tell you a very interesting story, okay? And what's interesting about this particular case study is it revealed something that is a law of nature, something that you have all heard about. It showed us that 20% of our ads created 80% of the revenue. Shocker, right? You've never heard the 80-20 rule, right? Paretos Principle. Seems like that's the way everything works, okay? And what we learned about that 20% has shaped everything since that time, okay? And because of that, this has become our motto. Find out what works and do more of that thing, okay? If I can focus on the 20% that creates the 80% of the result and stop doing the 80%, I'm going to win. Find out what works and do more of that. And in about an hour, if this has not become your motto, then I have done a horrible job, okay? This will be your motto too. Find out what works and do more of that. Okay, but here's the good news. What took me 3 years to learn and 4 more years to perfect. I mean, we learned a lot of stuff from that case study, but the learning didn't end there. And quite frankly, the learning still continues. Okay, but what took me 3 years to learn and 4 more to perfect, you're going to learn today. Okay, so I'm excited to share this with you guys. Now, before we get too far into this, I need to be just like utterly transparent with you guys. There are always 2 types of people. Okay. And this is kind of like a gut check. This is a reality check moment. Okay. Which are you? The type of person that basically comes on presentations like this or trainings like this to just, see if there's a silver bullet, right? That person, unless, it's a message from the heavens, they refuse to learn. They repeat exactly. I mean, an hour from now, they'll go back and do the exact same thing. They repeat doing what has not worked in the past. And it's the same place that they were a year ago, 2 years ago, so on and so forth. Okay, that's type of person number 1. And then there's the other type of person, okay, that is always looking to learn, that is taking action, and that is always improving. I have a couple of those people who are my clients who are on this call today. The fact that they are on this call today, they already have a system that they're using, but they're here to learn. That is what you want to be. So make yourself a promise, okay? And I'm not being facetious. I am telling you exactly what I really request that you do, okay? No matter which type of person you are right now, after today, you'll either act or you will ask, okay? Commit that to me today. You guys, how's my audio? I had somebody chime in and say, that sometimes my audio is a little staticky. If that becomes a problem, please let me know in the chat. As long as it's clear, then I will continue. So far, so good. You're good here. Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah, could be somebody's feet on the other end. All right, let's keep going. Now, I do need to, this is real information. Okay, so what you're going to see is 100% verifiable. But even though that's true, it only works if you do. Okay, results do vary. And I don't want people coming in here thinking, hey, man, they're just doing, this is a get rich quick scheme. I didn't do this for 7 years to come up with a get rich quick scheme, right? Does that make sense, you guys? So here's my promise to you. Today, we're going to show you how to get qualified, able to pay patients, okay, neuropathy cases every month, and do it without spending hours on the phone, chasing leads, or have it work for a couple of weeks and then die, Okay. A couple of discoveries that you will make today. Okay. These are your specific discoveries. You will make these today. Number one, the formula. You're going to see how to predictably attract, pre-qualify, and schedule new neuropathy cases every single week. You're going to get you're going to see a new tool. Okay. That's going to make it so you don't got to chase leads, and you can fill your calendar with about 20 minutes a day. I should put a day there with a new hybrid tool. Okay. We've got something cool. If you're on this call and you're already a patient stream client, something new in the last 2 months, you'll learn about that here in a second. And then the anti-agency, a simple solution to add a steady stream of new neuropathy patients without the expense or unreliability of Facebook ad agencies. Who's ready to go? You guys ready to go? I'm going to grab one drink real quick. All right, Don, you're ready to go. Tony, let's go. All right. If I have to take a drink every now and again, I got that crud that's been going around. All right. So discovery number one, the formula, right? How to predictably attract, pre-qualify, and schedule new neuropathy cases every single week. Now, listen, I am not naive to what's happening. Okay. I'm not naive, and neither are you. So whether you've dealt with these dishonest newbies, and what I mean by that are people that to your face say, oh, I can get you these results. I can get you, so many clients, whatever that is. Okay. That is a reality. Okay. You've got two examples right here. Hey guys, landed my first chiropractic client. How would you target these clients on Facebook? What would their interest be? Wouldn't you want to know that before you started telling docs that you should, promise things to them? So that is the reality of what's happening out there. Okay. Can't do anything about it. All we can do is recognize. And then the second one is, and this is the one where everybody goes. Okay. Guarantee the gullible. Now, I'm not calling you gullible if you've fallen for things like this, because at any rate, I mean, we anticipate that people are as genuine as we are. Okay. But when I see crap like this, I just think to myself, well, first of all, that's an impossible guarantee. I can't guarantee anybody patience. What if I were to, send the best quality leads, or like everything was perfect, and I send them to 2 different clinics, and one clinic is awesome at their protocols and everything, and the other stinks? Are they both going to get the exact same result? One might get 0. This is so prolific that they will try anything. In fact, these guys right here said get 90 new patients guaranteed. And you want to know why they did that? Because this didn't work. This is the exact same. This is, by the way, if you click on the ad that I just showed there, this is the funnel. This is what the website says, 30 guaranteed appointments. Well, 30, first of all, that's a different number. Guaranteed appointments, that's a guaranteed offering. That's a different promise. So what is it? What happened there? What do you think happened there? Right? When one thing didn't work, they just said, well, how can we up the ante? This is not working. Right? So here's the reality. It's obvious why so many of you, okay, are left thinking Facebook ads don't work. Facebook ad agencies suck. You're just tired of the BS. It just stinks. Okay. Let me hear I agree, or I'm tired of this, something in the chat. Has this happened to you? Have you heard things like from leads? Oh, I never filled out that form, right? That's not something that happened. Okay. Or get a whole bunch of leads, but no patience. All you're doing is chasing people, just working with tire kickers all day long. Carol says all the time, it is a pandemic of a real type. Okay. But let's be fair. Okay. The reality is sometimes it does work. Okay. So you can start something, it starts working, and then after a week, boom, crap, it doesn't work. Then it starts working again because you called the agency to say, hey, we were getting leads, but now it's not working anymore. And then boom, crap, there you go again. And then it starts working only once again to just go into the toilet. And you're thinking, oh man, holy crap, I am done. And this is the obvious conclusion. Listen, Facebook ads don't work. Okay. So therefore, Facebook ads will never work for me. Okay. Lead quality is always garbage, and my area must be tainted. Those are the obvious conclusions, or are they? Are they? That's the question. Is this an obvious conclusion, or is it a situation that is called by the wrong ingredients, we will say? All right. So let's go back to this case study. Okay. I said this was a foundational piece of this entire presentation of what we've learned. What was that 20%? Okay. So we started digging deeper. Okay. We would ask the doc what kind of patients he was getting. Okay. We would review the data that came in from the case study. And we would also ask them, okay, well, compare and contrast the lead follow-up experience. Was it normal? Was it easier? We wanted to know as much as possible. Okay. And here were our findings. It was actually pretty incredible. That 20%, okay, in this particular clinic had like 90 or 80% of the revenue was coming from decompression. Okay. And as it correlated to those particular patients, the patients were very qualified. They were able to pay, easy to reach. Follow-up was very similar to normal patients. Okay. That was surprising to us. Quite honestly, I generally don't hear from people when things are going well. I only hear from people when things are going poorly. And the problem is they tend to lump in all the good with the bad. Okay. Because you see here, well, we've got 20% that's crushing it. And not just that, if we look at the other side, that 80%, which by the way, in many cases, that is the majority. So the majority of things that were happening, like, all the stuff we were doing for chiropractic acupuncture, those people were a lot harder to reach. The revenue was fine, but not as good. Okay. And so a pattern started to emerge. All right. And we went to a lot of the different places that we were doing campaigns. And what we started to see changed everything for us. Okay. Everything that worked had a niche person / condition involved. Okay. That was a big piece. The offer always included a treatment. A consultation is not an offer. Okay. Something loses. I think in sales, we say a tactic known as a tactic blown. Everybody will offer a consultation. And by the way, what you're going to learn about treatments, we're going to talk more about this in a little bit. All treatments are not created equal. Okay. And the offer was never free. Okay. So this became our starting point ever since. So on that day, and whether I used that same method when I started working with the knee, when I started working with spinal decompression, like all these different niches, I use the same one. And it's something we call today, we call this the qualified patient formula. Okay, here's a fun little animation. Watch you guys and say, wow, that's a cool triangle. Isn't that fancy? I did that myself. All right, you guys, over the last 4 years, I have used this formula over and over and over and over again, whether it's sciatica, red light patients, knee, excuse me, shoulder, plantar fasciitis, and quite frankly, over 100 total proven campaigns. Just use it over and over again, right? What did we learn? When something works, don't recreate the wheel. That's our motto, right? And of course, you guys are here today because we are highlighting what's new about neuropathy. And of course, we use this exact same formula and crush it with a single formula that's helped hundreds and hundreds of practices. Okay. Now, formulas are great, but when we're talking about helping practices, let's talk about a very specific practice in this case. Okay. Practices like Arcadia Family Wellness. This is my friend, Dr. Ray Peavy. Okay. Dr. Peavy is a awesome, incredible doctor out of California. And like many of you, I'm sure I don't know how many times I heard situations like this. In fact, I heard one doc in Canada and I was so just heartbroken for him. But the pandemic hurt so many practices. And in Dr. Peavy's case, a practice that had built after 30 years of hard work dropped from an average visit volume of 180 visits per week down to just 80. I mean, again, the pandemic affected everybody in different ways, but can you imagine? And maybe you don't have to imagine because maybe this is you. Can you imagine building something for that long only to see something out of your control kill it, right? And that was the exact situation that Dr. Peavy was in. But he heard about Patient Stream from a friend over in Florida, which I find this hilarious. The friend wasn't even a Patient Stream user. I still don't know the guy's name. Okay. But he heard about, excuse me, he heard about Patient Stream from a friend and he called me up. He set up a demo. I walked him through. I showed him how it worked. And quite frankly, when he signed up, I forgot all about him. Right. And it was only a couple months later that I learned what had happened with Dr. Peavy. He started using our qualified lead formula for neuropathy patients. And he took his practice from 80 visits, because that's what it had dropped down to. And in 2.5 months, he doubled his practice. In fact, he more than doubled his post patient stream visits went above 200, which was more than previous pandemic levels. He added $50,000 in new cash payments, okay, in just neuropathy, which, by the way, his current practice continues to exceed that. He continues to do the same thing. You know, what's crazy about this, this might be even crazier. He did all of this and continues to do all of this with just 2 offers. He actually might have layered in a third one just recently, now that I'm saying this, but he did all of his growth and he pulled himself out of that entire mess with just 2 offers. Okay. Now, what's our motto? Let's say this together. When you find something that works, find that thing and do more of that thing. Okay. And when it comes to neuropathy, we have the formula. We know what works. Okay. The proof is in the pudding, just like Dr. Peavy's results. We've got tons of people with results like that. Okay. So what's the formula? Niche focused. Make sure there's some type of treatment included. We'll talk again more about that as we go through this training. And then you got to have a proven price. Okay. So got neuropathy in this case, offer includes treatment. And then, excuse me, the offer can't be free. Okay. It also can't be too high and it can't be too low, which puts everybody in a bit of a tricky situation because they want the exact, they want the exact number. And, that takes testing, that takes a lot of work, that takes learning. And luckily, we've done that for you. All right. So, by the way, when we do this, here's the thing that you don't really realize. It's like if you build a house on a crappy foundation, the house is going to break, right? But when we do this right, what we end up starting out with the very beginning of this process ends up starting out with a qualified person. What is a qualified person? A person that has the condition. That's what a qualified person. If the person, if we put something out there and all these people start responding to it and they don't have neuropathy, that's like strike number 1, 2, and 3 all in one. All right. We've got qualified interest. Okay. That's important. And that's kind of an equation all by itself. And then again, we start filtering out what I call the freebie crowd. Okay, so let's try this out. Let's actually do this like an actual example on this. This is something that I'm guessing a lot of you will relate to, have seen, have experienced yourself. Let's say we wanted to do a general chiropractic offer where you do first exam, or adjustment exam and ROF for $21. Okay, well, let's go through the process here. Are we offering a treatment? Yeah, we're doing that. Okay, are we charging appropriately? That's for debate, but when we're talking about an adjustment, a discount offer for an adjustment, that's priced appropriately. That's what the market says is priced appropriately. Not me, the market. And then are we talking to somebody niche, something specific? No. You only have to miss one for the thing to fall completely on its face. Okay. And if you've done this offer, if you've experienced some of those, I don't remember the lead coming in or like all that kind of BS. That's why. Okay, let's try it again. What happens when we say, okay, well, chiropractors definitely help people with sciatica. Okay, so let's niche this thing down a little bit. And there's other ways to help people with sciatica. I have spinal decompression in here because it's our most popular offer for that particular condition. So let's say you offer spinal decompression, exam and report of findings, which, by the way, exam, evaluation, whatever, the exam is not the thing that is really of value to them. Okay. Now, don't take that as a knock against you. It's just what they think. All right. And that's the game we're playing. So first, do we offer treatment? Yeah. Okay. Are we charging appropriately? Yeah. Okay. And who are we talking to? People that have sciatica pain, like low back. These people know exactly who you're talking to. Okay. And what you end up with is an average lead cost of $22. Boom. All of a sudden we work. Okay. So here's where we are. Let's make sure that we all agree on this. Okay. We do know how to get qualified leads. Okay. That's where we're at. We know how this works. What we don't know is what happens after that. Okay. You guys ready to see what happens? Who's ready to see what happens in discovery number 2? Go ahead, grab the chat. Let me know that nobody's falling asleep out there. let's keep going. I am going to grab one more drink. Sorry for any intermittent coughing, guys. All right, still going. Yes. All right, here we go. Here we go. No more chasing leads. You can fill your schedule in just 20 minutes a day, and you can do it so long as you use this new hybrid tool. Okay, so let's start out with this question. When it comes to leads, how many of you have heard or been in situations like this? Okay, I didn't opt in for your offer. I'm not sure how you got my information. That one annoys me, but I've heard it before. We have to learn how to get around it, right? Have you ever heard, I'm sorry, I'm really busy right now. Can we talk later? And you never hear from them again, they ghost you. Okay. Has an agency ever told you, well, you're not following up enough or the right way or whatever? Okay. And then they tell you, well, record these videos and then that will fix everything. Really what that does is that gets them another month of paying you paying them rather. Okay. And have you thought, man, just lead quality just sucks. It just sucks, right? If any of this sounds familiar, we're about to crush all of that. Okay. We are about to crush it. But before we do, I want to show you the rest of the story. I want to go back for just a minute. Now, Dr. Peavy almost did not save his practice. I told you I lost track of him for a little bit. And unfortunately, just because we have a lot of clients, I personally don't get to know exactly where everyone's at. Okay. But after he was able to succeed, which kudos to him, right? He's the person responsible for doing that. I caught up with him and I started asking him about his experience. And he told me, listen, it was touch and go for a little bit. And what he says, he goes, at first I was expecting that the leads, okay, would magically just start walking through the door. Like nobody had said that to him. I didn't represent that. But it was just, something that he had thought. And that's what a lot of people think. Okay. Your expectation versus the reality. You're thinking, okay, man, leads are coming in droves. Awesome. But then you're just thinking, well, hold on, here I am sitting all alone underneath the tree. Listen, the excitement when leads start flowing, it's real. Okay. But this is in stark contrast to what it takes to turn leads into patients in the real world. Okay. Now, even though back to Dr. Peavy, even though Dr. Peavy was getting a lot of leads, okay, he thought to himself, well, maybe this is not going to work. But in his case, that was not an option. He absolutely had to make it work. And so one day he was walking by the front desk and the receptionist, who was doing an awesome job, was on the phone with one of these leads, with one of his Facebook leads. Okay. And so he asked the gal, he said, is that a Facebook lead? She said, yeah. He goes, well, can you put me on the phone real quick? He got on the phone with the lead, with the prospect rather, did a quick 3-minute consult, made sure that he did it in the right way. The patient showed up the next day and the conversion was simple. It was easy. Pop quiz, you guys. What would you do next? What would you do next? Give me a 2-word answer. What would you do? Or 3-word answer. What would you do? What would be the next thing that you do? And I know sometimes it's hard to answer questions when you're not sure what I'm asking, but if that happened to you, okay, in the context of what we're talking about, do it again. You guys, don't forget our motto, find out what works and do more of it. Donnie Walsh says, do it again. Bam. Exactly. Okay. So here's what he did. He said, listen, you guys, did you see what happened? I got on the phone with the lead, had a quick consult, and that changed everything. Let's see if that's the trick here. Okay. So he said, let's add in a phone consult. So the front desk would get somebody on a call and that would transfer over to a consult. Okay. So step 1 was making sure that they had a really quick response time. Okay. So they led with texting. Texting is the easiest, most efficient way to get a hold of leads. That it can't be beat right now. Okay. They would then invite that person, whether by the phone or by text, to a quick 3-minute consult with the doctor. Okay. And then the frame of that consult was a pre-screening. Now, here is one thing that most people do wrong on the phone. If you are answering questions, you are doing it wrong. Okay. If you are answering questions, then that means they are in control of the conversation. And can they solve their own problem? No. You must ask the questions. You must base the discussion on their condition, on their problems, and whether or not they're open to a solution. Okay. That is critical. So when you do your quick 3 to 5 minute consult, you have to do that. And then he started looking for ways to prove that they had the ability to pay. It's one thing to get people on the phone and to pre-screen them. It's another thing. It's very frustrating to have them, book on your calendar only to no show. And there's no perfect science. It's just an improvement. How can we improve the process? And over the next 2.5 months, he saw this. I get chills just thinking about it. He saw his practice during the pandemic go 80 to 100 visits. Oh, I'm sorry. His practice doubled from 80 to 100 visits, around that average, to over 200. Neuropathy cases, $50,000 a month to this day. Okay. And everything was predictable. In fact, today, he takes a day off a week. He was not doing that before. He was working 5 days a week. Now he doesn't work Fridays. Okay. Because he's got so much predictability and the systems are so dialed in, he just says, listen, Fridays are for me. I've worked very hard and that's what I deserve. And good for him, right? So let me ask you a question. What would it mean to you to have any of these, to have any of what he was, to double your practice in 2.5 months? What would that mean? What if it even took, 6 months? What would that mean to you? Okay. What if you were able to add $50,000 in cash neuropathy patients to your practice? Or what if it was just 25? What was half of what he was able to do? Just $25,000. Okay. Your practice was so predictable that you just had more time, and honestly, just take away all that anxiety. And we've got comments coming in, not having to worry about paydays. Oh my gosh. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life, and I know the exact stress and anxiety that you are talking about. Okay. So I know what you're talking about. Now, here's a question. Really internalize this. Okay. What changed about Dr. Peavy's outcome? Did he start getting better quality leads? No, they were the exact same leads. Okay. Did he fire that girl that was running his front desk? No, she did. She was a great job. It wasn't her fault. Okay. Did he hire a new agency? That's not a solution. I mean, sometimes if you got a crappy one, like those guys who are new or the ones who are over promising, but if you're following that formula and you're getting the leads, that's not the solution. Okay. Here's the answer. Okay. Tactically, you guys are right. Well, I got awesome. He screened them prior to appointment. That's exactly right. Right. But really, if we go to the foundational level, he started working with human psychology, not against it. Okay. People buy from those they know, like, and trust. Your customer does not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay. And because his leads were already qualified, he was using the right formula. Okay. All he had to do was make a personal connection, and that fixed everything. Okay. Now, here's a really interesting thing. It should be obvious because we are people. We know how we respond to situations just like this. But here's what's really interesting. You want to know what the number one response is from prospects, by the way, when the person-to-person follow-up starts happening for a clinic. You want to know what it was? You want to know what the number one chat is in the text message or whatever? Oh, I thought this was a machine. It changes everything. They're like, oh, I can't be dismissive. I can't be rude. This is a person I'm talking to. Okay. Now, this is obvious. Okay. And I know you don't want to hear this. I really do. Okay. Because it has implications. It means you're going to have to change some things that are a little outside your comfort zone. So here's where we're at. It's like, oh man, this sounds like a lot of work. Okay. So you have two choices. You can go the same way you've been going, and you know that I guess the good thing about that is you know exactly where that goes. So that might be good. That might be bad. That might be whatever. You know where that goes, or you can do something new. Okay. Now, here's a potentially a third way. Okay. If we could add the efficiency of automation. Automation is a tool. It's not the only solution, right? If we could add that efficiency and then streamline person-to-person response / interaction, what would that collaboration look like? Okay. Well, let's take a look at the steps. Let's look at Dr. PV steps specifically. Okay. Number one, we do know the importance of a quick response. Okay. So leading with the text and then inviting to a 3 to 5 minute consult, that's important. So that's number one. How can we pair the things together? Well, we can automate that. Many of you know that's not rocket science. Okay. But what if we could personalize our responses? Okay. That would be good. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, okay, same thing. How do we, excuse me, how do we do this because, sorry guys, getting somebody to connect is hard, but if we can connect with more people, we're going to have more discussions. So what if we connect with a video first? Now your mind is jumping to the autoplay video, and that is not the correct place, but don't worry, I'll show you what is, okay? And then the ability to pay, okay? The ability to pay. Now, the truth about the ability to pay is it's not a silver bullet, but there is some magic involved. Okay, if we could do all of what I've just proposed there, what would you think? I'm guessing you'd think that's pretty nice. That sounds kind of good. Show me more. Okay, you guys want to see what this actually looks like? Grab the chat. We're doing the quick little chat thing. Make sure everybody's awake and engaged. Grab the chat. Do you want to see what this human plus machine collaboration actually looks like? Dr. Gary's in. All right, Donnie does. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much for your participation. I really do appreciate it. Okay, meet your new bestie. I got a 15-year-old daughter. That's what we say in our house. Meet your new bestie. Okay. And we will talk exactly what I'm talking about. But there's some of you right now that are thinking, okay, listen, you just told me about a lot of automations. You're showing me the picture of a computer and a robot. This sounds a little bit too techie for me. Well, first of all, let's go through it one by one. Okay. Quick responses. Okay. We're talking about leads going out automatically. Okay. The right messages and then customized messages. Well, first of all, we pre-built all of this stuff for you. Okay. So it's not like you have to set up anything. All you have to do is say, well, I want to say this my way, right? I want to say this say the same thing. Just say it your way. Okay. So if you can spend 10 minutes and just say something your way, the juice is worth the squeeze, friends. All right. Pre-screen. Now this is a new solution. I'm not going to divulge this just yet. Okay. And then the ability to pay the magical way. All right, so let's jump into the pre-screen first, okay? So this is a brand new solution. Again, excuse me, guys. Again, if you are a patient stream user already, this is going to be new to you, okay? And more information coming on this as soon as we get to the end of this, all right? So again, we have this, oh, I thought I was talking to a machine, right? We've got all these text messages going, but then this happens. Hi, Sam. This is Dr. Carlson. Heather just let me know that you're interested in getting some help with some neuropathy issues you're having. So I just want to introduce myself and say hello. She's going to follow up with you and see if she can set up a quick phone consultation. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. How amazing is that? Can everybody hear that audio, by the way? I was doing some setup before, and I hope I made it so the audio punches into here. If I didn't, okay, thank you. How amazing is that? You guys, is an absolute game changer. So video chat allows you to batch your responses. Okay. And obviously that saves you. You can't just be sitting there all the time. Okay. So whether it's the doc can get up and, come into the office and say, okay, how many people do I need to send a quick video to? Send a video just like that. Okay. So you can start connecting and having a person talk to a person really quick. And then the prospects is like, whoa, we're talking to a real person. So this is a layer of automation and person-to-person communication that will change the game. Okay, we've got pre-built text follow-up, so all of your leads start getting immediately contacted, and they can't throw that stuff. Well, I never opt in. It doesn't work that way. Okay, and you can prove that you're a real person, whether that's you, your staff, your office. I don't care who it is. A person. Because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. That is an absolute game changer And it allows you to use what's new in technology and all that kind of stuff and use it to your advantage. Okay. Now there's just one last thing. And this is the thing that you all, I like this spell check. That's hilarious. How do I make sure people can pay? Okay. I want to tell you a lesson I learned from an 8-figure stockbroker. Now, back in the day, this must have been in the early 2000s. Back in the day, they would dial for dollars. They'd pick up the phone, they'd call people, and they'd get them interested in buying certain stocks so they could make a commission. And once they got somebody interested, they would go through a series of questions. They had a process. Okay. They would ask them between 6 to 7 questions. And quite frankly, all of the questions didn't matter at all. It was just to engage people. Okay. There was one question, and they called it the magic question that changed everything and was the 90% indicator whether or not a person would convert into a sale or not. Okay. You guys want to know what the magic question is? Who wants to know what the magic question is? My man, Donnie, you are crushing it, bro. Carol, yes. Maria, please. John, yes. Okay, you guys, you don't have to make a person pay before they come in. Okay. And by the way, I'm not putting this in the slide because I'm telling you this here because you're live. You're in front of me. Okay. I'm going to tell you, thank you. By the way, thank you for showing up live. Okay. I appreciate that. That's a commitment of you and the time you've given me. So I appreciate that. Okay. Here's the magic question. They would ask them. So I'll just go ahead and pick John since John Heary is on here. John, let me ask you a question. Have you ever bought a stock from a broker like me over the phone before? And if the answer was no, they would get off the phone. Okay. Because people have behavior, people have patterns of behavior. And if you're dialing for dollars and the amount of commissions that you're making can get into these astronomical figures, don't waste your time with a person that's going to be hard to convince. Only spend time on the people who have proven to already engage with what you are doing. They've already proven that they are a buyer. Okay. And so we can apply this exact same method / principle into our prospecting, into our lead communication. When we get somebody on a call, okay, first off, if you don't have my script, email me. Don't do it right now. We're focusing, but take them through a script where you make sure that it's a problem-oriented script, that you're asking them about their condition. And then once you've gone through the whole thing, make sure that you layer in your own magic question, which should be something like, hey, John, you've had neuropathy now for about a year. What kinds of things have you tried to do to solve this problem? And let them talk. If they've spent money hiring other people, doing whatever it is, like if they prove that if they've already spent money, you guys, they're going to spend money on you too. So long as you show them a new opportunity and educate them properly. If they say, no, this is really the first time I'm doing anything about this. Yeah, whatever. It's like, okay, great. So that's totally fine. We're going to get you scheduled for Wednesday. Your appointment's at 1:00 to go ahead and, make sure that you can keep that appointment. We just need to have you pay for your visit ahead of time. So you're $55 for your first appointment. So we're going to go ahead and get you that over the phone. Can I get your credit card? And make them pay. Okay. Those who pay attention. That's the motto. Find out what works and do it again. All right. That is the magic question. So here's the question. Does it absolutely work? Well, we've got people on here that use Patient Stream and it does work, but people who have said things like, listen, we use Patient Stream. Our books are full for the next 2 weeks. This one is really awesome. This was actually, I don't remember what post this was, but somebody posted this and then Jennifer got on and said, we use Patient Stream in our office and love it. It's one of the best tools we have for patient and lead communication and advertising. And I said, Jennifer, thank you. We love you back. Thank you for being a part of our family. And she said, Sam, absolutely. We thank you because this has helped tremendously. Okay. Again, I know why I do this. Okay. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, but this is why I do this. Right. And here's what else is cool. Okay. We've talked a lot about new leads. Okay. So you've seen things like this before, you know what we're doing, but here's something you may not know. Okay. The same person, Michelle Sims, which I love Michelle Sims. Michelle, if you're watching, hello, or on the replay, hello. It's really interesting. When Michelle first started with Patient Stream, we did a couple of reactivation campaigns. These are screenshots on reactivation campaigns that were fully automated. And by the way, this is like 2 years ago. Okay. So have we improved? Yeah. She had on her reactivation campaign for knee leads, 813, on neuropathy, 816. And look at how many people responded. It's like 400 people. 300 people. Yeah, 300 people, over 300 people. I don't know what her revenue is. I'm not going to go, hey, what was your revenue on that? But what would your practice do? If you had that kind of response, how much could you make? Okay. If you had people that were in your funnel and just had been dormant for a long time. By the way, neuropathy just doesn't get better on itself generally. Okay. So if they were your knee lead or neuropathy leads like a year ago, they still are. Okay. You guys see how powerful this is? Do you actually see how powerful this is? Okay. And what do we do when something works? Say with me, you guys. Okay. We find out what works and we do more of that thing. That is our motto. That is your motto. I said at the beginning, that's going to be your motto by the end, but that is the motto, you guys. Okay. So here we are. Okay. Let's just recap real quick. We know how to get qualified leads. Okay. It's a formula. We've proven it time and time and time again. Okay. We can now automate our text messages. So that will initiate that follow-up process, and they're pre-built. So you don't got to do it. Okay. Video text. Listen, if you can't spend 20 minutes a day jumping on video and introducing yourself to prospects, I don't know what to do. Okay. But that is an awesome solution. And then we know the magic question. Okay. We know how to fill our practice with the right people. You guys, we have done the heavy lifting. We've, so much time and energy and effort spent figuring this out. And all you guys have to do is come in and use it. Okay. Let's talk about some results. This is Dr. Suhail Samji. I love Dr. Samji. He's an awesome doc. And in the last 12 months alone, okay, this is a couple screenshots of what he's done in the last 12 months alone, $42,000. He has spent on his advertising $42,000. Okay. He's gotten 2,031 leads with a average lead cost of just $20. Just $20. That's, by the way, that's just his last 12 months. He's been with us for a long time, continues to do things. He's got 2 clinics, both using this, and they are crushing it. This guy is absolutely incredible. In fact, I was doing a quick interview with him and it was so funny because he was talking about a campaign that I personally didn't even know he was running. He goes, it's funny. I don't even know how this thing works, but somehow, okay, it knows how to find the people in pain, get their attention, and bring them in. It's amazing. It's because it built on the right formula, Dr. Sanji. Okay. So now here's me, here's you. Your mind is blown. I get it. Okay. But we're not done yet. Okay. But Sam, don't I need to hire an agency? Okay. I don't want to learn ads. Honestly, I wish I could stop learning ads myself. You guys are about to destroy that problem once and for all. It's going to be gone. Okay. If I don't, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but if I don't, I guess I'm a liar. Right. So number 3, the anti-agency. Here's a simple solution to add new neuropathy patients without the expense or unreliability. You can replace whatever word you want with unreliability of Facebook ad agencies. This is the last time I'm going to come back to this case study. Okay. This case study affected me, my business in a lot of different ways. Okay. And what was really interesting, I told you guys when this thing was published, we really thought, we learned a lot, but we really thought we were going to get a whole bunch of clients from. I mean, if you were a client and you saw those results, wouldn't you be doing backflips to work with an agency like mine? That's what I thought, but not really. People didn't seem to be interested in the proper way of doing those things. I don't know. Our promises weren't prolific enough. Okay. But one person did notice. Okay. And it was a company out of the East Coast that was building a tool, a fellow named Bradley. Okay. And he said to me, hey, we're trying to build a tool for agencies, and we really need some insight with folks who run those types of businesses. Do you guys offer consulting? And we didn't. But you know what? We saw something different. We heard what they were saying, what they were building sounded phenomenal. It was crazy. And over the next 8 months, we went into this really cool, what I call the what if we could cycle. Okay. And here's kind of how it would go. I would get together with Bradley, me and Jake, my partner. We would get together with Bradley and would say, hey, man, we really hate this. And collectively, we would come up with a new idea. And then that would turn into solution. I'm talking about specific instances where I'd say, hey, Bradley, what if we could create like ads from a library, okay, of pre-built campaigns? What if we could do that? Because I mean, I have this formula. I know it works. I use the same thing over and over and over again because it works. What do we do when something works? We do it over and over again. We repeat that thing, right? So I was like, could we do that? And then I'd say stuff like, well, what if we could make ad creation actually intuitive? Like, what if we could, meaning intuitive, like you don't have to learn it. You can just see it and be like, oh, I guess I push that next, right? And what that would really mean is, what if we could make Facebook ads so easy, even our own clients could do it without us. And this cycle was crazy. It went on for a long time. And eventually what it led to was this. Wait a minute. I can run my own ads. That's you, right? That's you sitting at your desk, seeing this or watching this right now without knowing a thing about Facebook ads. You can do this yourself. Okay. And here's why. Okay. We broke it down into 3 easy steps. Okay. 3 clicks. Okay. So long as you can answer these 3 questions, you can run ads better than your agency. So question number 1, do you know what condition you want to advertise for? Yes. I'm going to click whatever it is. Okay. Step number 2, do you know which offer you would like to choose from our library? Sure. They're all there. You can just pick whatever you want, click, right? And by the way, if you want to ask questions, you ask my staff, which offer is best for neuropathy? Okay. That's step number 2. Step number 3, how much can you spend? That's it. That is it. That is all you have to know. Did I ask you a complicated question? Did I ask you a question where you had to know a whole bunch about, I don't know, pixels, funnels, whatever the crap is? No, I asked you questions that anyone can answer that's in your practice. Okay. You can run your own ads and you don't need an agency to do it. Okay. So this is you right now. So what you're saying, I can turn my own ads on, even if I have 0 marketing experience. Yeah. Okay. I could barely log into Facebook, let alone set up an ad. That's correct. I mean, we're being a little bit, you should be able to log in your Facebook account, guys. Come on. Okay. And then it's actually it works better than an agency. Yeah. Cause it's run by a machine. Okay. It's not run by a person. You're not calling a person like an agency saying, hey, our results, are stinking again. And then all of a sudden, magically the next day, there they go again, right? Can it really be that easy? Well, you guys, honestly, all I need is 60 seconds. Okay. Will you guys give me 60 seconds? Do you want to see how easy this could be? Do you want to see with your own eyes? Grab the chat. Let me know that you want to see this and I'll show you. You guys ready to go? Oh, okay. I wonder if I'm a little delayed. All right, here we go. All right, here it is in action. Please let me know. The audio should come through here. If it doesn't, grab the chat and let me know, please. Here we go. What's up, guys? Hey, I hope you're enjoying the webinar. Now, I'm limited on time. I guess I got 60 seconds. So let me show you my proof through a patient stream demo. All right, so we are inside the templates categories. So in this section, you find all of the different niches. These are all the promises and the problems that we've identified. In this case, let's go ahead and try a neuropathy campaigns. We've got hundreds of offers, lots for you to choose from. And these are all really great offers. Let's scroll down through. Let's go ahead and launch this thermography neuropathy campaign. All right, the next step, put in our daily budget, put in whatever website you want, and then adjust your radius, just leave it like that, and then hit launch. And that's it. You did it. Let's go see what the ads look like. All right, here's the created campaign. You can see, go ahead and click expand, see all the ad creative, the ad copy, the headline, everything you need. The targeting is all included, and it was all done within just a few clicks. All right, I know that was quick. It's probably because it's so simple. So thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the webinar. All right. You know, that's simple. And probably there's a lot of you like, oh man, that is really simple. But there's a few of you that are watching, and whether you're watching now or on the replay, you're thinking, you know, it's easy for him because he knows how to do it. And, you know, that's that. You guys want to see how easy this really is? Okay. This is my beautiful daughter, Mia. Okay. And I sat down with Mia. I didn't really tell her what to do. I just told her which, I gave her a thank you page domain. And then I told her which offer to choose. You want to see how well Mia did her very first time? You guys, this is a game changer. Watch Mia and watch what she does. Here we go. All right, to show us how easy this really is. This is my 10-year-old little girl, Mia. Hi. She has never used this software. This is her first time, her first day. I walk her through it real quick. You ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, Mia, go ahead. Medicine. Okay, well, you already know what you're doing. Well, hold on. You're going too fast. All right, keep going. That's fine. I told her which ad to run. Go ahead and put in $10 is fine.
10. Okay, that's my favorite number anyways.
All right. Put in the thank you page that I gave you. I did give her a thank you page.
And launch campaign.
Yep. You did it. Okay. And just like that.
I did it. I launched campaign.
She did it. It literally took her less than 30 seconds. Good job, Mia. Oh, now your mind is really blown because now it's like, okay, honestly, the whole idea of working with an agency is completely gone. You know what you can do. I want to show you this one more time. I'm going to show it to you step by step. Maybe we're being too deliberate, but we'll go through just to show you. Okay. So step number one, just choose what condition you want to promote. Step number two, choose from a library of our proven offers. Okay. And then step number three is put in your budget and click launch campaign. Okay. Robert says, I'm not as smart as a fifth grader. Laugh out loud. Yeah, no, she's a smart girl too. You know, what does Chuck think? You guys, if it's an okay from Chuck, then it's an okay from everybody else. I mean, that's my experience, but here's what our users say. Okay. Again, we go back to Michelle Sims. This was actually at the very beginning, right? She says a little Friday encouragement. Then we jump down to, in the midst of COVID, we're completely booked out for the next 3 weeks. Awesome. Dr. Jeff Ross, the absolute best company I've ever worked with, produced the most new patients, excuse me, of any company I've worked with in the last 30 years in practice. That's awesome. And then somebody who's actually on today, and Donnie, I took this picture because, I mean, it's the coolest picture ever, but Donnie sent me an email and he said, and this is paraphrasing, there was a couple parts that had to do with another piece of content. Donnie, I hope you don't mind. He said, we started running our ads in December. We are currently running ads for 2 niches, neuropathy and decompression. We still went through the entire process, committed to practice, practice, practice. Okay. This led to January being a record month for NPI and also for collections. Yay. Okay. Which, by the way, the reason that I found this picture and the reason that Donnie has some blood running down his leg is because Donnie was attacked by a shark. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. And he's in the chat right now and he says February was a record month too. Thank you, Dr. Walsh. Okay. And Maria's in the chat too. You guys, thank you so much. She says, I'm a user. It's really as easy once you're set up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that is absolutely amazing. And this is what you're probably thinking.
Are you serious? I'm dead serious.
You guys, this is pretty exciting, right? At the end of the day, that entire cycle that we went through, remember I was talking with you about the what if we could cycle? Simplicity. That's what we're looking for. That is the end goal that we were looking for. And every single day when I come in, when I talk with my staff, with everybody else, we are trying to look for the ultimate sophistication, which is simplicity. And I don't know if we could make it any easier, quite frankly. I mean, what could we do, right? It's 3 decisions that you should be able to make, okay? So if we do a quick recap, we've covered how to get qualified leads. We've covered the entire automation process. We've covered video texting, the magic question, and now no ad agency, right? Okay, we've got this cool new tool and we've got the proven formula. You guys, I'm talking, this is like the legitimate 1-2 combo. Who did it better than Mike? Nobody. That liver shot and then the uppercut. You kidding me? Woo. All right. So let's do a quick recap so we know exactly where we came from. And so you all know what you learned, okay? Discovery number 1, a qualified formula. The qualified lead formula is so important, okay? A new tool, okay? Using automation combined with people, that, if there is a silver bullet, that is it, okay? And then number 3, the anti-agency. I have nothing against agencies, but if this is a easy enough solution, you're going to save a lot of money, get better results, and have more control. So let me ask you this, you guys, has this been valuable so far? Okay. Has this been a good spending of your time, I guess we would say, right? Has this been beneficial to you? Robert says, yes, right? Absolutely. Yes. Awesome. I love it. You guys, thank you so much. The past hour, a lot of you feeling like this. Honestly, whenever you are encountered with something new, sometimes that means it's difficult, like it's a lot of really crazy information, but then sometimes it just means it's new. That's the nature of new things. Okay. So a lot of you are feeling like you're potentially drinking from a fire hose. This is a lot of information. So let me ask you a question. Okay. I definitely don't want to take this teaching opportunity and turn it into a pitching opportunity. Okay. Not without your guys' permission. Okay. Would you guys like to see how this might work in your practice? If so, give me a yes. If not, then that's fine. We can end now. Grab the chat. Let me know if you would like to see how this might work in your practice. John says yes. Gary says yes. You guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Well, for this particular offer, I created something special, okay? And I gave it a special name, of course. I'm calling it the Practice Builder, okay? It's all about niche services, and it's all designed around what we're doing today and what works today, okay? Here's what it's all about. 1, the ability to plop into our qualified formula and start getting qualified patients ASAP, okay? That's number 1, right? Number 2, save a ton of money. Listen, all the money that you spend in agency stuff. Now, not all agencies are bad. I mean, I'm not saying that, okay? And a lot of them, if you're making money with them, then that's fine. But quite honestly, you guys can save so much money and never have to rely on an agency ever again. We got people here that are already doing that and that have been doing it for a while, right? And you can take complete control over the efforts you are taking for new patients, okay? And as it pertains specifically to neuropathy, okay, a lot of you have devices and things like shockwave therapy, thermography, the rebuilder, laser, and others, right? You can start using these devices in a very intelligent way to get more qualified people in a very specific way. I have proven that this is the best way to get people engaged, qualified, and ready to pay by using these types of devices and treatments in my qualified lead formula to blow your practice up. Okay, that's how Dr. Peavy did. Dr. Peavy did with the one on the top right, the thermography. That was the first one he did. Okay, and he did that for a year. Then after that, I think he did, I don't remember, no, maybe laser. I can't remember. Okay, so the cool thing about this too is, by the way, I've got some things coming because we talked about what's new for 2022. There's some things that I'm going to be sharing in just a minute. So just hold your britches. Okay. When it comes to neuropathy patients, again, it's just easy as 3 clicks. Okay. You can choose a thermography offer, whatever offer you want. Okay. Boom, off you go. And you're going to get these qualified results. Okay. There's a screenshot of the average lead cost for these qualified forms. I mean, you might get leads for cheaper if you're offering something for free, but you're filling your pipeline up with a whole, a funnel's worth of, tire kickers. So could I get the lead cost down more? Yeah, I could. I don't want to. This is such a sweet spot. Why would I do that? Okay. Why would I do that? Okay. So the practice builder, here's what you're going to get. Okay. You're going to get full access to all the qualified neuropathy library, everything that's in there and everything that's coming. Okay. You're going to get 3-click automation. Okay. You're going to be able to get rid of your agency. Now I put $18,000 as the replacement value. Okay. Because over the next year, how much money are you going to spend towards agencies? Well, $2,000 a month, 50, whatever it is, $18,000. If you're hiring people to do this for you, you're going to spend $18,000 as a conservative number with a total current value of $23,000. Now, the agency thing, I mean, you could say that's at zero, right? But now you're not here to grow your practice, right? And I assume you guys are here to grow your practice. Okay. But I didn't want to stop there. There's something I didn't share about this. Okay. I want to go back really quick and tell you guys where this whole thing started for me. And it's material to why I'm doing this right now, why I do this today. And those of you that are users, you know this about me. If you're not, you're going to learn this about me. I didn't share this, but to be completely honest, Sonny, that's the person at the front of the room, he found me when I was at my absolute lowest. Okay. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. That comes with its ebbs and flows. I'm talking to a crowd that understands that completely. Okay. And in this particular case, I got taken advantage of. Partnership. It was just terrible. And honestly, I've got 4 kids, as you saw. I was in a really bad way. And when he found me, he invited me to this exact meeting. And he inspired me that day. And from that day and up until now, I started learning from him. I started learning on my own, and I started improving as best I could. Okay. That's why I do this. It is why I do it. And this is why, quite frankly, I will always try to over deliver. Okay. I will always try and over deliver. Okay. So I know you came here for just neuropathy. Okay. But is it okay if I deliver to you guys? Is that okay if I take one step in a different direction because I want to over deliver value? Because I understand most of you probably come here with more than only one service. You probably have other services, I'm guessing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you full access to my entire library, which has conditions like back pain, neck pain, migraines, all this stuff that you see on the screen. Okay. With libraries full of offers, click campaigns, qualified lead programs that you can, again, choose the niche, select the offer, and launch a campaign. So what this really means, you guys, okay, if you need more neuropathy patients, 3 clicks. Okay. You need decompression patients, 3 clicks. You need more knee patients, 3 clicks. Weight loss, 3 clicks. Whatever you need. If it's in my library, or if you, by the way, if you bring me a campaign that has been proving results, I'll put it in there and you can use it in just 3 clicks. Okay. And just so we're clear, your access is unlimited. Okay. None of this, hey, I'll charge you this much if you run 1 campaign and this much of 2, so on and so forth. None of that. There's no upcharges based on how many campaigns that you use. Your access is unlimited. No time wasted switching campaigns. If you've ever worked with an agency like, oh, we need like a month to change from this campaign to this campaign, it's like, no, you turn it off, you turn the other one on. It happens in 3 clicks. Why would it take any longer than that? No, you can spend as much on these campaigns as you want or as little. Okay. Unlimited means unlimited. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Now, I want to put not brakes on, but I want to just get a quick reality check and make sure that everybody understands what we're doing. Okay. I know what this means to you. I know what the results meant to Dr. PV, and I know what they mean to so many people. But honestly, right now we're excited, but I want to just make sure that you guys understand the value of what's happening right now. If all this thing did was help you so you could just stop working with so many tire kickers and just start working with qualified people, would that be worth it? right? Would it be worth it if you could save money and not you have to deal with the agency roller coaster and whatever thing that they're telling you? Would that be worth it? Okay. Without knowing where you need to go. Like, honestly, you guys take leaps of faith all the time to invest in equipment, to invest in employees, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you don't know where to go to grow that service center. Would it be worth it if you know exactly where to go? Right? Would that be worth it? What if it could help you get 10 patients next month? Maybe 7. What if it totally flopped and just got you 4? Okay. What if it just got you 4? Now, let me be completely honest here. Would that be worth it? Okay. My goal is not to get you 4 patients. Okay. That is not the goal. Okay. The point is the tool is powerful. It's proven. But even if we're just conservative, if you're thinking, oh, well, it sounds amazing. Listen, just take a couple notches back. Even if we're conservative, this thing is a powerful tool and it can change the way you grow your practice forever. Okay. Robert, thanks for all the yeses, buddy. And I completely agree with you. So let's go back real quick, make sure everybody knows what is included. Obviously, full access to the qualified neuropathy library. That's $5,000. 3-click automation. That's a game changer. Unlimited access to the entire library. Your practice will have all of the niches it needs. Okay. Total value of $38,000. Okay. Now here we are again. We're thinking, oh, this is amazing, but we're missing something right now. What about all those leads? What if I have to learn stuff? What if it's harder than I thought? Like that happens to us all the time. We buy something and it's like, oh, this was a lot more than I bargained for, right? Don't worry. Do not worry, right? Maria said it earlier. It's all set up for you. It's easy to use. It's all set up for you, right? I want to introduce you into what we're talking about. Your fully automated communication suite. That's what we call it, just, to condense things down. When it comes to new leads and that automation, boom, automated, included. When it comes to reactivation campaigns, boom, automated. Okay. Here's what's included in that. Reactivation campaigns, they're pre-built. Okay. Two-way texting and broadcasting, call recording, voicemail broadcasting. That one's pretty cool. Messenger, website, like chat. You want to put a chat icon on? Boom. There you go. Okay. Review requests and automated reviews, scheduling and appointment reminders, total value of $2,364. Honestly, it's more than that, but I had to pick a number. I wanted to pick a number again that's conservative, but portrayed what we really have included here, you guys. So here's again what we're getting: library, okay, 3-click automation, all the niches, and now this communication suite. Okay, the value is really getting up there, and this is a ton of value. And honestly, quite frankly, if you installed this and you were able to save all that money, all that value, it is worth it, right? You guys agree? Like this is worth it. What we're talking about here, we're talking about taking away an eternal expense that you will have in the future and removing that with one cost. Okay. Listen, when I was doing this entire business, we have a lot of agencies have automation and all that kind of stuff, but nobody has what we do. Okay. I had 2 options. One, I could price this thing through the roof and just make, I was talking with the guy yesterday that's paying his agency $6,000 a month. I was blown away by it, to be honest with you guys. And when I saw what he was doing, I was really blown away. I thought to myself, geez, I need to learn how to charge more money. That was option number 1. Option number 2, I can make this program affordable for anyone and be able to help more people. You guys, I know what I'm here. I know which is right. Okay. And I don't forget where I came from. All right. So here's, what I decided to do with this particular offer. When you sign up with PatientStream today, okay, we've got a special deal for you. Okay. Normally when you sign on, you've got different terms and pricing. We're going to go ahead and waive that for you. Okay. We're going to give you a amazing offer, basically a lifetime guarantee. You can get started for just $497 a month. Okay. And you can do that at this URL. Now, you can open up a new tab and put that URL in there, but I'm not quite done yet. $497. You get everything we've talked about, but we're not done. Okay. Let's make sure we know what we're getting. Okay. Getting all this cool stuff. Get the neuropathy library. That's very specific, qualified, proven. I've shown you all the results. Okay. 3-click automation, full access to all the other ones, and then the automation suite. But I want to deliver one more thing. Now, this is something that is brand new. There's a couple things that are brand new, right? This is a bonus. I'm calling this a VIP onboarding. Okay. So step number one is we will onboard you. We will get everything connected so you can start launching and using the click campaigns, okay, the Facebook ad automation and the follow-up sequences immediately. Okay. That's the first one. But we're not done yet. We're going to bring you back 2 weeks later, and we're going to automate your reactivation campaigns. Why? Well, there's only 3 ways to grow a practice: to get more new patients, to keep them coming in more frequently, or raise our prices. Those are the 3 ways. And normally agencies stop at this first one. But this reactivation campaigns, we're going to automate all of your future reactivation campaigns in perpetuity, set up once and built forever in the future. Okay, that's part number 2. And then 2, online profile. 70% of the people that check you out on Facebook that become a lead or whatever it is, those people are going to check you out. What do you look like online? Well, reviews is a big part of that, right? We're going to automate that for you too. Okay. Week 5, we're going to bring you back. We're going to automate that entire thing. So when you get done, you'll have one tool that automates everything and works with your people in a very simplified and streamlined way. Here's the bottom line. Yes, absolutely. You're going to get new patients. Okay. That's what we spent all day talking about. But this special offer really, if it's really a practice builder, it can't just stop there. I mean, again, you guys know I started in the practice, right? We're going to help you get more new patients. That's what the whole thing's about. But then we're going to help you automate the reactivation so you can increase your frequency, the amount of visits that you get going forward. Okay. And then if your guys' credibility, your online credibility is dialed in and good to go, when you decide that you're able to charge more, you'll be able to do that. Okay. All right. Here's another cool thing, which we didn't talk about any of this. If you're spending money on any of these, all of that is gone. Okay. Review Wave, $299, $299, we'll save you that. Okay. Zing It, we'll save you that. Whatever you're using, if you're using any of these and other softwares similar, all that's gone. So that will be instant savings, things that you can get rid of immediately. Not to mention, of course, agency like $1,500, $2,000 a month. You don't need that, right? So what are you really getting, you guys? This is absolutely so much fun for me, right? You get the neuropathy library, 3-click automation, unlimited access to the full library, okay? Fully automated communication suite, a VIP onboarding and practice automation. I list this as priceless because, listen, the first thing I would do when I would go into a practice back in my consulting days was do a reactivation campaign. Boom, add 40%, 50% to a practice just like that. That was the first thing we would do every single time. Well, and almost, by the way, almost every practice did not do it. So boom, there it is, automated. Okay. Now, I do feel like when we came on here, we were really talking about what's new in neuropathy for 2022. Okay. We have a stable of our library of our staple offers for this particular condition. Okay. And we've gone through this entire training and we learned the methods, the formulas, what needs to happen. I can apply that to anything, but we're adding a really cool new offer. Okay, something I'm extremely excited about, a company that I'm very well acquainted with. I trust a lot. I know a lot of you do, and that is ErgoFlex Technologies. Okay, I've known JT and Linda for a long time. They've got an absolutely phenomenal company, and this device, the Total Brain and Body, is so incredible for neuropathy that we're including it now in our library, our full neuropathy library. Okay. Their stuff is amazing. So, and what's really cool about this, not only does it follow my qualified lead formula, but it also jumps into another type of ad formula, which I haven't shared with you. It's called the self-discovery offer. We don't need to jump into that. You guys will just get that. This thing is absolutely amazing. So this is getting introduced into our library along with a couple others over the next week or two. And you guys are going to obviously have full access to that. Okay. It's going to be a game changer. It's a game changer for a lot of you. And I just think it's awesome. I'm so excited about it. Okay. By the way, if you're interested in learning more about this, you're going to get an email after this, and I will provide a link for you to learn more about that. I don't sell them. I don't get a commission for selling them either. Honestly, I don't get, I just, if it works for you, it works for us. Right now, we've got a lot more coming, but I do want to go back to what the offer is and what it includes today. So go ahead, you guys. You can go ahead, open up a new tab. Don't close down this tab, okay? Because we're not done yet. We're not done yet. There's still one thing that you guys are probably like, oh, hold on here. What's going on with the video chat? What's going on? Remember this? Remember when we talked about this? This is an absolute game changer. And we used to do this, and quite frankly, it hasn't been part of our repertoire for a while because it was a third-party tool called Bonjoro. Okay. It's an awesome tool. Absolutely phenomenal. Love it. Okay. But we have now upgraded our Patient Stream app to have this same feature. And here's what's cool. If you're already a Patient Stream user, as soon as this feature is published within the next week, you're going to get immediate access to this feature, no extra fees. But if you were to go in and buy this separately, you'd be paying $15 to $40 per user, right? If you have it on 2 phones, that's $80. You guys, for the next 25 people who sign up, if you're existing Patient Stream, you're going to get it. Okay. For the next 25 people, you're going to get it for free. There's no setup fees, none of that kind of stuff. You're going to get it for free. It's included in this awesome offer. It's a fast action bonus for the next 25. All right, guys, I am really excited. This has been so much fun for me. That is the end of the webinar. Now, I've got a timer going on. I'm going to answer any questions that you guys have. Feel free to open up that new tab and go to cashneuropathywebinar.com. And actually, let me see if I can, let me see. Cashneuropathywebinar.com. Do I have any of my staff on that could go ahead and let me see? Actually, I'll go ahead and just plop it in there. www.cash. I'll put it in the chat here, you guys. All right, Cash Neuropathy Webinar, making sure I spelled it correctly, host and panelists, and it's going to everyone. There we go. All right. Donnie Walsh says, awesome. Patient Stream was the best advertising decision I've made in 15 years. Hey, man, thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I thank you. All right. Questions. I had a couple questions coming from Jeremy. Jeremy, sorry, I just kind of pushed those to the back. If you want to go ahead and restate your question, I'd be happy to do that now. All right. Are there any hidden costs? Nope. What you see is what you get. It's this actually is the last time where all of your, so when you send text messages, voicemails, all that kind of stuff, there's a Twilio charge. Okay. This is the last time we're going to offer that included in this fee. So there's no additional hidden costs. That's a good question. Thank you. All right. Okay. Better than an agency. I used to own an agency. I feel like I can speak on this credibly. I'm not putting any agencies down. And, there's a lot of agencies out there that do a good job. So I'm not going to say that we're 100% better, but quite frankly, listen, there's a formula. The software doesn't go to sleep or take vacations or whatever, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't spell your name wrong, doesn't put in the wrong stuff. It just works, right? Jeremy says it works for Facebook and Instagram. It does not work for TikTok or Google. Okay. By the way, there's a lot of stuff going around about TikTok, and I think that TikTok may have its place, but not yet. it's premature, and any of the hype, any of that kind of stuff that's going out around it, it's just because people don't have a unique thing to say, to be quite honest with you. I know people in the space. It's not a bad platform. You might do well with chiropractic patients, but good luck in the niches. It's not going to work. Okay. And everybody's poo-poo on Facebook, but quite frankly, it has way more users. It has the exact demographic that you're looking for. It's awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. Not working on the website. Oh, let me see here. cashneuropathywebinar.com/go. Let me go ahead and just going to hit pause here real quick. I'll come right back. Give me 1 second, guys. Make sure that this is, in fact, working. And then I'll just copy and paste it over. My bad. Sorry about that, guys. All right, try that. Let me know. Let me know if that does not work. It should. Okay. Oh, we restarted the clock. All right. Max says confirm Windows 11 compatibility. It's done on a browser, so it doesn't matter. Mobile not working on mobile device. I just put the link into the chat there. Hopefully that works. I reset the clock, so you got time. Don't worry about it. All right. Is my area exclusive? No, we don't do exclusivity. And quite frankly, we don't do exclusivity because we have over 100 different offers, right? So there's no need to do that. Okay. John, you ask, yes, John Zilix. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Yes, it does. You can still, if you're a member, you can go ahead and have that price as well. What about Google? I think we answered that. What can I expect as far as patients? It's a good question. And I think, I don't know if anybody's still on, so first of all, like if you look generally, okay, the number is usually between 20 to 25%. Okay, meaning if you get 100 leads, you'll get 20 to 25 new patients. Now, that becomes problematic when people look inside like a 30-day window, because that's generally like a 3 to 5% conversion rate. Well, and what changes? Well, what changes is the leads from the past tend to stack on to the leads that you're getting currently. So you just, have a better opportunity there. Okay. Won't let me claim the offer. Do me a favor, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. If that's happening to anyone, I'm going to put in my email. Right there. I am going to put in my email. Anybody that sends me an email before that 12-minute mark is up, I'll make sure that you get the video chat. Okay. I can't fix the technical issues right now, I'm sorry, but I will make sure that you can claim that. Is there a contract for a certain number of months? Nope. I do ask that you do. I mean, if you pop in and out, if you like jump in for 30 days and expect life to change, that's silly. Don't do it at all. Like if you're going to do that, then just don't do it. Right. But absolutely. I mean, I don't hold people to any kind of contracts. It's just a agreement, I guess you'd say. How much ad spend does it require for each lead? How many leads equal me a new person? Okay. So we talked about the, conversion rate. Our average lead cost on those top one on the, like everything we talked about today, I think it's like $23 or $24. All right. Now I do recommend that you have $40 a day in ad spend. And that's a mathematical number, by the way. Okay. It used to be like back in the day, like 4 years ago, you could get away with like $5 a day and you'd get something. But now it's based on, not to get too technical, you buy ads based on CPMs. Okay. That's cost per 1,000 views. So how many eyeballs do you need to buy? Well, just spend 40 bucks a day. That's what I tell everybody to do. And that's a really good starting place. And hopefully what ends up happening is you end up getting a whole bunch of patients and you're like, dude, can I spend more? Can I add more? Like that's the situation you want to be in. You don't want to be in the situation. Listen, marketing is not an expense, okay? Unless you're doing it wrong. If you're doing it wrong, all it is money going out. If you're doing it right, it's an investment. It's a lot of fun. It's like, man, we can put in 5,000 bucks and make 50. So hopefully, Eric, I answered your question. All right. Do you have a referral program? Oh, I happen to chance. Yes, we do. Go ahead and for the referral program, we ask that you sign up as an affiliate. Again, you can email me at sam@mypatientstream.com and I'll give you information directly to that. Eric, you're welcome. Let's see here. All right. Seeing if we have any other questions. Going to get a quick drink. It's been a lot of fun, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate. I got a ton of participation here today. A lot of people asking great questions. Oh, we got the Q&A going. What would the ad spend be for a major metropolitan area such as Philadelphia? It's a great question. And yeah, it's a really good question, Jason. Yeah, there's a couple of metro areas that are challenging. Chicago would be one of them, right? If you're in Chicago, you need to be spending 60, 70 bucks a day, right? And it's not that you can't get leads at a good price. It's just for whatever reason, that market in and of itself is very expensive, right? And it's because there's so much competition for that. Same thing with New York City, right? Philadelphia, I don't think that they have that much of an issue. But if I were you, I would probably start with 50 bucks a day. So what is that? 50, I think that's $1,500 a month. I'm not great at math, but I can do some arithmetic. All right. Good question, Jason. Any other questions here? What if I need help? We have, I got to tell you, that whole what if we could cycle, was so incredible because we were able to highlight so many problems. Like one of the problems is when you're running an agency, when you're trying to help people get leads and all that kind of stuff, it really is like herding cats, right? Campaigns, all that stuff is really hard. And so offering support is really challenging. Our support at PatientStream is better than any support I was ever able to offer in my agency, by far, by a landslide. I don't know if any of my people are still on, but we have some of the most amazing help staff. You know, on the DIY, okay, on this 497 bucks on this do-it-yourself program, all you do is you jump into the platform. There's a chat widget in in the very bottom right-hand corner. You click that, and boom, my staff is there. Okay, and average response time is really good, like within 15 minutes. Okay, if you need something between hours, you can shoot an email. And then if we need to, like if we don't generally try and do this because most of this is so dialed in, we don't need to. But if we need to, we can jump on a phone call with you and resolve the issue. Support is, I didn't sell it on this, but it's one of our biggest selling features. How much staff time per week for lead follow-up? That's a good question. I mean, some of that would obviously depend on how much you're spending in your marketing. If you're getting a lot of leads, you're going to need more time, of course. Your time is best. Well, first of all, video texting and all that kind of stuff. If you're getting a lot of leads, I would batch it through the day, not just once a day. I would say, okay, morning to pick up the leads from the night before, lunchtime to pick up any leads, whatever, and then end of day, that kind of thing. That way your recency in making that touch point is as recent as possible. So good question. Which, by the way, guys, I hope that that link that I sent you is working now. I went over, I did it. If it's not working, 100% email me, sam@mypatientstream.com, and I will make sure that you get that video chat included, of course, with everything else. But I mean, I can't punish people if my stuff isn't working. So that's on me. I can't fix it right now because, of course, we're on here. Let's keep on going. Do you have chiropractic? That's a good question. Yes, we do have chiropractic. Now, chiropractic is like if your practice is too generalized, and I don't mean that as in a negative way or whatever, as a criticism. I don't mean that as a criticism. It is more challenging. And there are some docs who have made a living out of converting those $21 new patient whatevers into chiropractic patients. I have taken the qualified lead formula and used it directly to chiropractic as well. So I've got a sciatica campaign that is just for chiropractic that doesn't involve decompression. It works well. I also have the boilerplate $21 stuff, not because I personally recommend it, but because we just have members that want it, right? So it's in there. So yes, we do have chiropractic. I honestly think that one of the staples of marketing is having a really good case value, right? Having a good case value. That way your return on ad dollars and everything is as quick as possible. And we've reduced the price of you getting that in a really significant way. But if your case value is too low, it can make marketing a challenge. Good question. All right, guys, this is awesome. We got about 4.5 minutes left. If you have any, when we still got plenty of people on, do we have a guarantee? My guarantee is no performance, no pay, right? Meaning I can't sit here and represent one thing and then do another. I'm not going to, there's no contractual agreement, so I'm not going to say whatever, but I also don't sit there and say, I'm going to guarantee you patients. That's unethical, right? And hopefully what I've shared as far as value, you can see the transparency. You can see what we're doing. We've had people on here that have been saying really kind of things that are actual users. They're not plants, by the way. I didn't know they were going to be here. It just so happens. In fact, Donnie Walsh, he had sent me an email I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was such a funny email because he was just very nonchalant. Yeah, we just had the best month forever in January. Can you tell me about this video content strategy that you have? And I'm like, hey man, I didn't know you were having those kind of results. That's awesome. Anyway, it was funny, but listen, people come in, they have results, and we, no, if it doesn't perform, you don't pay. Okay. No more questions right now. We've got a couple more minutes. We've got about 3 more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and if I'm mining the chat, people have been messaging me directly. We've got the Q&A going. If you have any more questions, let me know. We've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and turn on some music, and certainly you guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here. And thanks for coming. If you've been here for the whole time, thank you so much. Just see here. Don't forget. Oh, by the way, if I'm going to say this once again, I know if people have been coming out, you've been trying to check out whatever, sam@mypatientstream.com. As soon as this ends, I'll jump in there and make sure that we get everybody squared away. So sorry if there's been any technical issues. Yeah, it happens. Donnie, thank you. Have a great day. Excited about the video. Awesome, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, Rob, sorry about that. I will definitely, again, give me a minute and a half, and not sure how many emails I will have had. I will definitely send you an email. Thanks for coming, by the way. All right, guys, this is the last minute. If you have any other questions, throw them in the chat. You can put them in the Q&A. Either is fine. I will answer those questions. You've got 50 seconds left. And yeah, almost done. All right, guys, thank you so much. Final 10 seconds. It's been a pleasure to be with you here today, and have really appreciated it with you guys. The last thing I'm going to say, and 3, 2, 1, is this particular offer ends March 27th at midnight. That is this coming Sunday. If there's questions you have, email me, sam@mypatientstream.com. I can't thank you guys enough for coming here, and hopefully you found some solutions, and you're right. You know exactly what to do to go to the next step. Thank you guys, and we will see you. We'll see you soon.